What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Well, back in November, the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel the Last Stylebender Adesanya, went on Twitter and he basically tweeted, "OnlyFans, this might be the move." Now, fans joked back with him saying, "Hey, champ, you might want to go to the bank and see what championship sperm is worth." Now, obviously, everybody's just having a good time with this. Now, for those of you who are completely unaware of what OnlyFans is, just think of Facebook. And like with Facebook, you're going to go ahead and add your friends. And then once you do that, you have access to their photos and their videos and their commentary on everything. Well, OnlyFans basically puts up a paywall for you to do the exact same thing. You can also DM your individual that you're subscribed to. You know, basically, it allows the people that are subscribing to connect with, you know, the person that they are basically a fan of, or at least that's how they're advertising it as. Now, the people that utilize this platform are typically, you know, the professional porn stars, the amateur porn stars, but there are people that, you know, do cooking shows on there, that give law advice, that even give love advice. So it is available for everybody to use the platform to monetize their content. Now, UFC flyweight, or I should say former UFC flyweight, Rachael Ostovich, you know, went 2-4 in the UFC and was released in December. Now, she's a very attractive woman and she boasts a fan base of about 750,000 followers on Instagram. It's actually a little bit more than that. Now, a lot of those fans basically said, "Hey, you should start an OnlyFans. That'd be pretty cool." And, you know, considering that she has that 750,000 plus fan base, it would make dollars, basically. It makes perfect sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars. In this situation, it would definitely make dollars. Now, she basically told those fans to kiss her that if she was going to start an OnlyFans, it was only going to be because she wanted to start an OnlyFans, not because her fans wanted her to start one. Well, it looks like Israel Adesanya took her advice and basically started his OnlyFans. Now, what I really enjoyed was the fact that his profile picture is a picture of him humping another individual. Who that individual is? Well, it's UFC fighter Paulo Costa. See, when Israel Adesanya defended his middleweight title against Paulo Costa, you know, there was a lot of talk back and forth, a lot of trash talking, a lot of bad blood. And after Israel had knocked him out and, you know, Paulo Costa was on his knees, basically trying to get his wits back together and get up. And that's when Izzy took the opportunity to hump him. Now, apparently Paulo Costa never even knew this happened until he found out afterwards. But yes, he was humped on pay-per-view. And there were also a lot of photographers there taking photos. Well, all Izzy had to do was just go online, steal one of those photos, and now he's implemented it as his profile picture to his OnlyFans. Now, from there, he basically went online and kind of announced his OnlyFans. He says, "You know what? Tell your wife you're going to subscribe to the Stylebender's OnlyFans page so you can see never before seen footage, you know, and then basically go on to OnlyFans and subscribe to all the other pages, you know, that you want to look at." He also said that if you haven't subscribed to Competitive Origins MMA yet, make sure to do so. Click the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as these videos go live, and kick the like button. Now, there's actually a couple of MMA fighters on OnlyFans, from Jessica I to Claudia Gadelha to Hannah Coldley to Cindy Dandios and Beck Rollins. So there's definitely a lot of different fighters that are on there. Now, apparently some of these fighters have said that, you know, due to their gym being closed because of the pandemic, you know, and they haven't been able to fight as much, that they have to find a substitute for their revenue, and OnlyFans happens to be that way. Well, one person that's not hurting for money is Israel Adesanya. See, he banked in $540,000 against Joel Romero, and then he stepped it up a notch and got $690,000 against Paulo Costa. Now, this is obviously his bonus money, his show money. This does not take into account his pay-per-view points, so that number is a lot higher. He definitely cleared way more than $1 million between those two fights. And then you got to think he was a commentator at the Mike Tyson-Roy Jones Jr. fight, so he was making, you know, money all this time. He's not hurting by any means. Now, if you were looking for nudes, that's not going to be the place to find them. You might have to check, in his photo album, but you're not going to find it on his OnlyFans. But what you will find is daily content. He's actually pretty active on there. He's posted 6 photos already, and he has about 15 videos, and he has very, very detailed commentary on his page. He actually talks about how he, met with Jake Paul, and, they were having this discussion. Now, apparently, I saw a video where Jake Paul and Izzy met after Jake Paul had gotten his victory, and he basically exchanged numbers with the last stylebender and basically invited him over to his pad to basically come to the celebration party. Well, I guess at that celebration party, Jake Paul planted the seed in Izzy's head that you should start monetizing your content. And that's what he's done. Now, you can go to OnlyFans and type in free stylebender and find his page, or you can just type in Israel Adesanya, OnlyFans, and find it. Now, it's going to be available, or I should say it is available for the low price of $9.99. Now, go into the comment section below and let me know if you're going to be subscribing to Israel Adesanya's OnlyFans page. Go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code MMA47 so you can get 10% off this Competitive Origins Just an Obstacle t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I'm BPC, and remember, you've been competing since conception. Whether you're competing against yourself or others, Competitive Origins.